Greenlight Mystery. This is one of the most amazing UFO videos I have seen this year. So on May 15, 2025, at approximately 6:15 p.m., a really strange aerial object was spotted in the skies above Perth, Western Australia. The witness had just returned home when they noticed an unusual light in the sky behaving in a way that didn't match any known aircraft. Before getting into the details, let's take a look at the full video first. According to their report, the object initially went into a vertical takeoff and landing, kind of like VTOL motion, which is highly uncommon in civilian areas, especially considering the fact that there are no nearby airports or military bases in the vicinity of their home. What caught their attention even more was the green flashing light that pulsed rhythmically from the object as it moved through the sky, almost teleporting in a fast, calculated manner. It's like the UFO is strangely glitching. The rapid acceleration and deceleration are also one of many other things to consider. As the observer began recording on their Samsung S25, the object continued to behave unusually. Near the end of the video, the green light suddenly turned off entirely, making the craft vanish for a few seconds. But then, almost like a glitch, the lights reappeared again, this time on a completely different flight path. Also, if you look carefully, the UFO seems to leave a trail, which also disappears along with the UFO. There was no sound reported, and no explanation seemed to match what was being witnessed. The craft's pattern, speed changes, and sudden disappearance and reappearance raised immediate suspicion that this wasn't a drone or conventional aircraft. The video was later shared on a local community forum and then recommended for broader attention, and finally, it blew up online. Though the video remains unclear about what exactly was captured on camera, but for the person behind the lens, it was an unforgettable experience that defied normal explanation. So, was it just a trick of light, a secret aircraft, or something far beyond our comprehension? You decide. Hovering over Hollywood. On January 6, 2025, at approximately 1 p.m. Pacific Time, two unidentified flying objects were witnessed hovering in the sky above the Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles. The sighting occurred in broad daylight, giving the observer a clear view despite using a fully zoomed-in lens. From a distance, the two objects at first appeared as one, either extremely close together or overlapping in formation. But as the witness continued to film, it became apparent that these were two distinct objects behaving in unusual ways.
Way too small to be a plane.
Yeah. So it looks like there was just one and now there are two.
It did look like one.
Mm.
According to the eyewitness, the objects didn't follow any normal flight pattern. They would slow down suddenly or appear to stop entirely in midair, defying what's typical for commercial aircraft or even drones. What stood out even more was what happened after the recording ended. The witness stated that one of the objects suddenly broke formation, changed direction, and began moving toward their location before disappearing completely without a trace. No sound, no obvious propulsion, just a sudden shift and then nothing. The video itself was a bit shaky due to the high zoom, but it managed to capture the strange presence of these two unidentified objects clearly enough to raise questions. Their odd hovering, slow movement, and sudden disappearance left the observer both fascinated and deeply unsettled. No official explanations were given, and no other footage has yet surfaced, adding to the mystery of what was really seen over one of the most famous areas in Los Angeles. So, were they drones, aircraft, or something not from this world? You decide. Shapeshifting Presence. On December 2, 2024, something unusual appeared in the sky above Los Angeles. From the balcony of a residential building, a witness recorded what they described as a strange flying object hovering silently in the air. The object didn't make any sound, didn't flash any lights, and most puzzling of all, it didn't move. It remained still for almost 15 minutes, suspended high above the city in broad daylight. The footage was taken on a phone, and while the lens had a few smudges, the object was still clearly visible and appeared to shift in shape right before the viewer's eyes. The witness said it seemed like the object was morphing or bending unnaturally, not like a drone or balloon. It wasn't spinning or drifting like something caught in the wind. It just held its place, completely still, until the observer finally gave up and went back inside. But the most unsettling part wasn't captured on camera. According to the person who saw it, the air around the object looked distorted, almost as if a field of energy was bending the sky around it. They described it like looking through heat waves or water. Something was off, something that couldn't quite be explained. No other footage from that day has emerged yet, and no official statements were made by local authorities or aviation officials. The sighting left the witness deeply unsettled, unsure if what they saw was something explainable or something far beyond human understanding. So, was it just light tricks or something not meant to be seen? You decide. Unexplained night activity. Since November 15, 2023, unusual lights have been repeatedly observed in the skies over South Washington, D.C. The most consistent witness account comes from a couple living in the Noma neighborhood, near the Noma metro station. They described seeing multiple lights, some stationary, others moving slowly, hovering in the distance. These sightings occurred not just once, but on at least 3 separate nights, November 15th, 25th, and 26th. From the rooftop of their apartment, the couple watched the lights for extended periods, sometimes up to 20 minutes at a time. What made it especially strange was how some lights remained completely still, while others seemed to shift slightly before going dim or disappearing entirely. They described the lights as positioned due south, likely above areas such as Capitol Hill, Navy Yard, or even further beyond. The couple emphasized that these were not likely planes in a landing pattern at nearby Reagan National Airport, since the lights didn't follow typical flight behavior. Some hovered in place, others blinked in and out, and most lacked the consistent movement expected of commercial aircraft. The video wasn't recorded, but the eyewitnesses are convinced that what they saw didn't match anything ordinary. According to their account, the number of lights varied, and at times they appeared to form loose patterns before fading from view. Their hope in sharing the story was to see if others in Washington, D.C. had witnessed the same event. So far, it seems they aren't alone, as others have reported similar unexplained lights in the sky. So, was it just a simple misidentification, or a silent visitation right above the nation's capital? You decide. Evening UFO Encounter. Before I get into this, if you are new here and enjoy mysterious UFO videos just like these, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because more videos like this are on the way. That said, let's get back to the video. On February 15, 2025, just before sunset, a strange flying object was spotted from the observation deck at Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles, California. The sky was still glowing with evening light, and the area was packed with hundreds of people enjoying the view. That's when a witness noticed something unusual, a flying object with strange lights on its sides moving across the sky. The lights weren't flashing like aircraft lights, and the way the object moved didn't seem to follow any familiar flight pattern.
There's gotta be a drone there.
The witness quickly pulled out their phone and began filming. The object hovered, shifted directions, and continued gliding through the air silently. Many onlookers noticed it, pointing it out and trying to make sense of what they were seeing. The most bizarre part: as soon as the filming stopped, the object vanished, not faded or flew away, just disappeared completely. The witness admitted they didn't know much about drones and left open the possibility that it could have been one. But based on the way it looked and vanished, they weren't convinced. The setting made the event even more surreal. Griffith Observatory is a landmark known for gazing into the cosmos, yet something mysterious was happening right in the sky above it. No official response or clarification was made following the sighting, and so far, no other footage from the crowd has surfaced. The event remains unexplained, and those who were there are still left wondering what exactly they witnessed in the sky that evening. So was it just a drone, or did something uninvited make itself visible above Los Angeles? You decide. Thanks for watching everyone, and make sure to like and subscribe for more UFO videos in the future.